Hey, welcome back to the shop. What we got going on this time is a little gift box, jewelry box, keepsake thing for the niece. We're gonna try a couple different things here. One, we're gonna do continuous grain on this one, or we're gonna try to do it. And the next thing is she's really into secret compartments. So what we're gonna try is to put a drawer in here that's gonna run on that top rail that's gonna spring out when we hit a little pin on the inside. So yeah, let's give this a roll. All right, so to get that continuous grain we're talking about, we got to do something special with our board, because traditionally when you have your three pieces, so you got a miter here, here, and here, these pieces will match up, but when it comes to connecting them, there's always going to be one side that doesn't. So to get around that, we got to do something like this. So we'll have to resaw this board, which is fine, but then we got to do our parts layout a little different. So we have a side, a front, another side, and a back. Because when we go to resaw, these two will match up, and then these two ends will match. So we'll here, flip her around. And where's the other one? Oh, right there. They should match. Well, if that was a little confusing to you, it's because, well, it is. I mean, I barely understand how to do this myself. I'm just a dummy in a garage. But essentially, here's our layout. D&D, CC, BB, and then AA will match up. I mean, like I said, I'm just a silly French guy in the garage. I watched a video, was it Jonathan Katz-moses did one, and the Wood Power. So I'll link those two down below. Those guys are pros, so if you really want to know how to do this, just go watch those guys and disregard the mumbling that I just did. All right, I swapped out my saw blade with the circular saw blade here. It's a lot thinner. I think this is 3/32 compared to 1/8, because the name of the game is to save the grain. So the less we can take out of here, the closer that book match should look. Gonna get all the way through there. See this break apart. There we go. Okay, so I got our piece resawed and back together. So what that should have done is given us a book match. So next what we got to do is carefully cut on these lines over here. So I've got a stop block set up there, so all my cuts will be made with that. We'll start off with trimming off our axis ends here and then cutting the rest of the parts out. All right, all my cuts are made. Now the ones in the middle should match up just like that. And to get these end ones to match, if we open it up, well, it sort of does. Yeah, close enough. I mean, building it for a 6-year-old, I don't think she's gonna notice. So next what we gotta do is cut our miters on either end of the pieces, and we'll do that over on the crosscut sled also. Okay, I just temporarily have this together. The miters fit nice. See how the grain's doing? Yeah, it's not. Oh, it's pretty good. Like that. You know what? For my first try doing this, C+. I went and routed the groove for the bottom and for the top, and I've gone ahead and taped up these joints here just to make cleanup a little easier when we put this together. I got blue tape on the I guess on the seams, and that's going to act as a clamp and keep it all assembled. We've also got a bottom cut out, so when we clamp it, it should keep everything all square. So now we just got to add some glue, roll it up, taper down, and let it dry. Check for square. Perfect. Okay, while our box is drying, we're going to work on, I guess we'll call it the skirt, where that hidden compartment's going to go. So we're going to mill up some walnut. It's 1 3/4 tall and 3/4 of an inch wide, and then we'll just run these grooves through here and a little chamfer to make it look nice and nice. Okay, those are all milled up. We're going to go ahead and cut our miters first, assemble it. Because this box is inset into that base frame, I got to figure out how deep to make that groove. And I just think it'll be easier, cut the miters first, dry fit it, and then measure it up against here and then slowly work up on that groove. Now the way I'm going to cut my miters, I've shown this before, is with this sled. And how it works is that you cut one side A, flip it around, do the other side B. As long as you match up your pieces A, B, they should all make a perfect 90 all the way around. Okay, so I put a stop block here. The cut that I just made on the A side is going to go up against it, and that's going to give us our B side right there. Okay, so here's our base all just held together for right now. That's got to slip in, so I'm going to measure the length and width, and then cut some grooves in here so that this box can sit right inside. All right, so I've been sneaking up on that fit. I think I got it. Oops. Come on. That's hard to do with one hand. Come on in here. There it is. Perfect. That base does look a little chonky, but oh well. It's more about the fun of the secret compartment than anything else. All right. Groove for the bottom and another groove for the runner. And we can start building this secret compartment doohickey. Okay, we're gonna make one pass, slide the fence over 1/8 of an inch, make a second pass. That'll give us a 1/4 of an inch space for our bottom. Yeah, the bottom. Okay, the groove for the bottom is all done. That fits in there real good. Now what I gotta do is make one down the center here for the drawer slide. Okay, I got those parts all cut up. I went against doing the miter on the top. I think I'm just gonna leave it square as it is. I've got a temporary bottom in there, and we're just about ready to glue this up. Now we don't wanna glue the front end. We just wanna do these two corners, and this block is going to get glued in right there. That's going to do two things. It's going to keep it from squeezing in, and it's going to give us a place to put our tab, which is going to be the release mechanism. That's going to make more sense once we build the drawer. But essentially, a pin's going to come in, push down on this, and that should release a latch. So that's the plan anyways. Let's glue her up. Got a little space in here to keep it up above the bottom so it can fit. Or a piece of metal down in there. Oh, nice finger shot. All right, and just finished putting that little drawer together. There we go. So we're gonna do the runners and then work on that mechanism here. That's next. Okay, made a couple little drawer slides. And we'll add some shims. And clamp these on there. Okay, while that's drying, we're gonna cut a notch or a little hook spring thing, latch, whatever you call it, down in here. Now it's gotta be angled a bit, like so that it catches on the little back of the drawer. Now to make it clear, I didn't come up with this system. I got this from, it was Fix This Build That, who did it's like a tray using this thing, and he got it from another guy, so I'll put links to both videos. Just I did not come up with this at all. I'm taking their idea. We'll see if it's gonna work. Okay, slides are all on there. Tested it out, fits good. Went ahead and made this block. We're gonna glue that to the back of the drawer. And in theory, what should happen is that when this latch comes through, it should hook on and lock this drawer in place, in theory. Okay, you got the frame, base frame, sure. We're gonna drill a couple 3/8 inch holes here, just shallow ones, so we can hot glue these springs in there, and that's gonna give it a little bit of, this way. See if we can get in here. It's gonna give it a little bit of a spring to pop out when we unlock it. All right, I got this whole drawer assembly clamped up. The front's not glued on yet, it just held in place with these springs. Now I gotta figure out, I don't think this has to be too scientific, where this needs to go. I'm thinking right there. So I'll drill a hole and put a screw in it. Might have to do some adjustments, but yeah, it's coming along. Okay, I played around with that latch a bit, bent it, so you can get in there. A little bit of trial and error, and I think I got it to where I want it to be. So when we close it, it latches, and when you take a pin and push it in, boop, pops out. Close and pin. Nice. Okay, let's glue that front on. Right there. So we'll have to do a little bit of an adjustment here, but when it's closed, it'll be barely visible. Boing. Well, I goofed up. Number one, I forgot to show you. I was gonna cut spline, just a win of the mill whatever, on a quick decision, I thought, hey, it would be cool to throw some splines in this box, make it look nicer, add some strength. Forgot to film it. Not only that, when I went to go put it back in, I put the wrong side up against the fence. Now I ended up with these chonking huge splines. Instead of restarting, I just rolled with it. It'll be fine, right? I mean, if you don't tell anyone, is it really a mistake? You gotta ask yourself that. Just gotta do the rest of them. Okay, what we gotta do now is make a couple bottoms. I'm just gonna use plywood. No one's gonna see it. I'm not milling up walnut and maple for that. This one here for the bottom, I will stain it brown. Like I said, who cares? It's underneath. So we'll slap those together and then we'll get to building some trays for the box here. Oops. Po-po. Perfect. No glue on that one. Okay, I got my box flipped upside down here. There's the bottom. I'm gonna put a hole right underneath this latch, and that should line up in between here, and that's gonna help us do our little sliding release mechanism. So we'll drill the hole and fingers crossed, gets it right up through the middle. Okay, after a bit of tweaking, I think I got it where I want it. So I put a pin, just a nail, into that, so when it's in this position, it doesn't hit anything. When you take it out and give it a twist, a little push, boop, there she goes. Okay, now that we know that that's working, I'm just gonna build a second removable tray, then we'll do the lid, then this thing is done. All right, got my two sides cut out, and I laid out for some dados that we're going to use to put the dividers in, which is a scrap. They'll sit in right there. So that'll give us 4 little compartments where you can put diddly doos stuff. Just set up to cut a groove for the bottom panel here. All right, so the tray's all finished up now. So that'll go in like that. I just built a simple top. I mean, sticking with the kind of boxy feel that this thing developed with the big splines and the hidden part here. So we went with a big blocky top, and what we're gonna do is just make a simple handle
to go on there. So we'll build that, glue it on, give this a coat of finish, and she done. Okay, well here it is after 2 coats of that oil. I really did bring out the grain and just the richness of these 2 woods. Pretty happy with how it turned out. My first try at this grain wrap, it worked out okay. I mean, it's matching all right. I honestly don't think anyone's gonna notice except for me, but whatever. It was fun trying it out. As for the fit of everything, lid fits nice. Tray's a real good fit. Oh, I don't know why that was out. So this does come in and out real smooth now. Little push, and that tray slides right out. So kind of fun, neat little project. Get it back in there. There we go. Really hope she enjoys it. I really hope you guys enjoyed watching it. Oh, that's good. Okay, all done. Thanks again. We'll see you next time.